Welcome back, dear viewers. It's such a joy to have you here once again. Today, we are stepping into a topic that might seem simple on the surface, but carries profound consequences for anyone on the spiritual path. Have you ever found yourself diligently reciting scriptures, chanting mantras, or meditating deeply, only to feel as though your efforts hit a wall? The energy doesn't flow, the connection feels dim, the practice feels stuck, and you wonder what's going wrong. Here's the surprising answer: it might be in your food. Yes, what you eat directly affects your spiritual sensitivity, clarity, and capacity for transformation. This isn't just metaphor, this is spiritual anatomy. The food you consume becomes the energy you radiate, and when that energy is heavy, confused, or disturbed, it blocks the very channels you're trying to awaken through your practice. Today, we are going to explore how 5 specific categories of food can interfere with your chanting, your prayers, your meditations, and what to do about it. This is not about dogma. It's not about being perfect or adopting extreme diets. It's about awareness. It's about alignment. It's about honoring your body as a temple and feeding it with the kind of energy that supports your devotion. Let's begin with the principle: food is not just physical. Every bite you take carries vibration. Every meal contains energy, not only nutritional, but subtle. When you eat, you're not just feeding your body, you're feeding your mind, your emotions, your aura. And if you're consuming food that's chaotic, violent, overstimulating, or energetically heavy, then no matter how sincere your practice, you're swimming upstream. This is why many ancient teachings emphasize food purification, not for aesthetic reasons, but because clarity of mind begins with clarity of matter. Let's look at the first category: food that comes from killing. This includes all types of meat, fish, and animal products that are the result of violence. The act of taking life imprints the food with suffering. That suffering doesn't disappear. It stays in the cells. It stays in the energy. And when you consume it, that energy merges with your essence. This can create subtle agitation, increased anger, emotional numbness, or even spiritual disconnection. Not because you're being punished, but because your vibration is no longer resonating with the purity of the mantras you're chanting. When you chant the names of Buddhas, you're invoking peace, but if your body is processing the energy of fear and death, the signals clash. Many people who switch to a plant-based diet not for ideology but for spiritual alignment report feeling lighter, more intuitive, more emotionally balanced. Their meditations deepen, their dreams become clearer, their chanting flows. It's not magic, it's resonance. Now let's explore the second category: food that contains strong intoxicants. Alcohol, caffeine, and even certain overly spiced or chemically modified foods can overstimulate the nervous system. They create a restless mind, and the restless mind cannot settle into mantra. It cannot abide in stillness. This doesn't mean you can never have a cup of tea. It means you become mindful of your thresholds. You become observant of what calms your system and what disturbs it. Because the mind you bring to your altar is the mind shaped by what you consume. And if your body is jittery, your breath uneven, your focus shattered, your prayers will have no depth. They will remain surface waves instead of plunging into the ocean of your being. The third category: overly processed or artificially enhanced foods. These are the packaged, shelf-stable, lab-engineered substances that fill modern diets but empty the soul. They may taste good, they may satisfy cravings, but they offer no life force, no prana, no spiritual vitality. And without vitality, your chants have no spark. Your meditation has no grounding. Your mantras become mechanical rather than mystical. Real food is alive, grown from earth, touched by sun, infused with nature's intelligence. When you eat it, you remember. Your body remembers. Your soul remembers. The fourth category, food consumed in excess or without gratitude. Even the most wholesome meal becomes toxic when eaten with greed, distraction, or unconsciousness. The act of eating is sacred. It is a communion. And when you rush through it, when you consume without reverence, you feed only the mouth, not the spirit. This gluttony dulls your perception. It anchors you in density. It binds your attention to the material. And chanting, which requires upward movement of energy, becomes sluggish. When you begin your meals with silence, with thanks, with mindfulness, you infuse your food with love. And that love becomes your prayer. And finally, the fifth category, food that violates your own ethical intuition. This is the most subtle, but perhaps the most important. Every soul has an inner compass. It knows when something feels right, and it knows when something feels off. Sometimes, a food may be culturally accepted, socially praised, or even marketed as healthy, but inside, your being says no. When you ignore that voice, when you betray that wisdom for convenience or conformity, you create internal conflict, and that conflict blocks the heart. Your chants may be accurate, your posture perfect, but the energy is fractured. Spiritual growth begins with integrity. And integrity means honoring your truth even in what you put on your plate. So now the question becomes, how do you eat for spiritual clarity? The answer is simple. Eat what brings you peace. Eat what supports your devotion. Eat what aligns your body, mind, and soul. That might look different for each person, and that's okay. This is not about rules, it's about resonance. Begin with awareness. Observe how you feel after certain meals. Notice your energy before and after chanting. Journal your reactions. And over time, a pattern will emerge. Your body will guide you. Your spirit will nudge you. And you will find your rhythm. The goal is not to be pure. The goal is to be present. Not to become rigid, but to become real. Not to follow trends, but to follow truth. Because when your food supports your spirit, your whole life begins to harmonize. You wake up lighter. You sleep deeper. You love fuller. And your chanting becomes a current, not forced, but flowing. Not mechanical, but magical. That's the gift of alignment. That's the power of food as devotion. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this message helped you reflect not just on what you eat, but on how it shapes your path. If you've experienced spiritual shifts through conscious eating, I'd love to hear your story. Share it in the comments. Let's learn from each other. And if this video inspired you, please support the channel, like, subscribe, and share it with someone who may be walking this path beside you. Until next time, may your meals nourish more than your body, may your practice rise from the purity of your heart, and may your every bite be a prayer in motion.